Hi folks, I am Mike Wells. I am your world explorer, and today we're going into the Cypress Bend Community Preserve. Right here is the address. Let's go ahead and walk on in. Now, I'm going to explain to you what I find so fascinating about this location. First and foremost, all of this land to the left is being reclaimed by nature as it once was an old citrus grove. Now, I've gone back there and I haven't found a whole bunch of live citrus trees, but I have found some first generation and some second generation. Now, the first generation are sitting on the mounds where the old drip lines were laid, but the second generation are just off away from the mounds, growing in odd places here and there. Anyhow, you just keep following this path. I'm going to take you and speed this up. Now, along the way, you're going to see some interesting flowers. Really pretty yellow flowers. Kind of remind me of orchids. But they produce these beans after they've been pollinated. Really interesting. I have no idea or any information on these as of yet, but that's something worth looking into. By the way, it is October the 11th today, and this is the season for that particular type of flowering plant. Just keep heading on the main path. Look at this. Right near that dump out, you'll see the path curves this way, the main trail. You go back there, you're going to find more tallow plums, you'll find more blueberries, you'll find some beauty berries. But what we want to do is we want to go this way today. Let's go this way. At this time of the year, you're going to pass the sea of beans. So cool. Just keep heading back. You'll pass an old water valve to an old well right there. Heading back. The weed growth back here is a little bit on the big side right now. So winter really hasn't struck us yet, so look out for that. You can just keep heading back on the trotted path. You can break away too and you'll still find stuff. Now you're going to run into stuff like this and you're going to think, oh, is that a citrus tree? No, it's not. First off, there are no thorns. That's the first indicator that it's not a citrus tree. And then second, the leaves are not the correct shape. But when we find a citrus tree, I'll show you. So this is a trotted path and it breaks off to the right slightly. Walking through the trees. Just got to keep going till you find it. It's back here somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and walk that way. Like I said, if you stay in the open spaces, you're going to run into them. If you got to fight through the woods, you might run into them, but you don't have to work that hard. Just stay in the open spaces. Be aware of the blackberry bush. This is not a friend to your legs. Alright, I'm trotting on the open path, keeping my legs clear of all these blackberry bush shoots. Here's an open area here. This looks, there we go. We found one. Let's go to it. It's beautiful. What the? They look like they're starting to turn color. These are big. These are a decent size. So pretty. I love this. Look at that. They're back up in there. All right, let's go. That's one. If you look on these branches, this must be a different cultivar than what I've seen, because I don't see the thorns. I don't see the thorns at all on this. But if you look at the leaf structure, that distinct shape gives it away every time. Let's go find some more. Back on the open path. I like this. Life is easy this way. Where are my citrus? They are back here somewhere. Let's keep going. Just keep going. This is kind of like a nature trail. When I say nature, I'm talking about nature keeps this path going, not human beings. I'm going to break away from this path because it kind of stubs off into the woods there, and I want to go this way because it's in the open. There's a mound there. It extends through that way. That's a good sign. Let's go ahead and see what we can find back here. I see another citrus tree. Look at that thing. Now, I can tell you right away, it's not going to take a rocket scientist to figure this out, but these things don't look the most healthy. But they've got healthy looking fruit. Those fruit are decent. That's amazing. That's beautiful. I imagine soon, sometime in November, these will be ready to pick. But there's quite a bit of them back here. Now I've taken the old fruit from last year that were on some of these trees, and I just cut them open and stuck them in the ground at my house. And now they're growing. So we'll see what kind of a yield comes from them when you're able to take care of your fruit tree versus what the wilderness has to offer for them out here. We're just gonna look for one more. Ooh, the pedestal. Found it. Found a pedestal. If I break right from this, just over here, I'm confident we'll find something. Let's go. All right, we're on the right break. About to get into some trees in the distance. Found the trees, gonna head right. Just keep your eyes open. They're everywhere. See this? This is what I'm talking about. This is one for sure. And it's got thorns. So that's what I look for. As well as the leaf structure. No fruit, but it's doing well in this understory on its own. Great success story for nature and adaptation. Let's keep going. Alright folks, I've come to basically a dead end in the woods. I don't want to go any further into these woods, so I'm just going to head back. Now I just checked my map because I have some drop pins on my Google Maps app, and they are actually behind us. So we're going to go scout that location where I know for certain there are some additional citrus trees. Let's go. Hey, 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 hey. Look at these flowers, man. I just love flowers. So beautiful. Hello, hello, flowers. You are most welcome here. So we've arrived back at our post. Now instead of going back the way we came, we're just going to go to the side of the trees over to the left of the post. Boom, that's where we're going. All right, let's keep on trotting. There's something back here for sure. Let's keep going. Okay. We should be coming up on something. There's one. There it is. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that. Look at those big, amazing oranges. They're green, but they won't be green forever. Now, as you can tell, this one's on a mound, so this is a first gen. Very cool. Let's find the second one. There's another spot right near here somewhere. Yep, there it is. Let's see if I could get over there through these horrendous blackberry bushes. My lord, they are back here. Those are like God's guards. That is a beautiful citrus tree. But you see how they're growing and where they're surviving. They're not surviving and thriving so much out in the open sun. They're surviving and thriving in locations that are able to protect them from the full day of sun. So take note if you're trying to grow citrus in your yard. This is a very important detail. Because God forbid you have to neglect your citrus for a period of time. You want them to still survive. Well, this is how they do it. Right up against the forest. Alright, we're going to head out of here. If I can find a way out. FYI, you can't get lost back here. It's a very limited land space. So you're completely surrounded by neighborhoods and the river. Yeah, look, I just found another. This thing is loaded down. Look at this thing. Holy smokes. Okay, so look. This is one I would take because it's ancient. This thing's from last year, still hanging on. The seeds in here want to germinate right now. This is one I would take, chop it right in half, stick it in my yard with the open sides up. Bury it with like 2 inches of dirt and grow these. But the new stuff, I wouldn't do that with that. I wouldn't do it with these new guys. I'll harvest these. It's amazing. So many fruit. You know, they don't look like they're getting a whole tremendous amount of nutrients, but they're definitely producing. The leaves don't look the healthiest, but they're still producing. So, quite an amazing thing, in my opinion. Let's keep heading out of here. I gotta get out of here. FYI, folks, if you come out here alone, I would always recommend bringing a concealed weapon. Either a knife or a gun or both. Only because you never know what kind of wildlife you're going to run into. And then you never know what kind of person you're going to run into either. So if you don't have that concealed weapons permit, I highly recommend going and grabbing one at your earliest convenience. And if you can't get a concealed weapons permit because you're not of age, I would also highly recommend that you just simply, if you do come out here, you travel in groups. Look at this. This one's not on my maps, but more fruit trees. This is just incredible. This one has quite a bit. This is great. Man, if I came back here to harvest when harvest season arrives, I'd be loaded. I'd be loaded. All right, let's keep getting out of here. Heading out, and I'm still finding more. Woo! Look at this. Beautiful. Love it. I don't know what's going on with this one. Kind of looks a little sickly. There. You see it? Anyhow, they're back here. All you gotta do is come hunting for them. You can always use the sun to navigate too. If you're ever in doubt and the sun is out, know that it sets in the west. Now back here you will see active gopher tortoise homes. There's a few back here that I found. Oh, there's one. Look at this. Looks fairly active, huh? You'll see them back here. All right, we have found the first main trail. I'm not going left. I'm heading back to my automobile because we've accomplished what I set out to accomplish today, and you've seen quite a bit of what I'd hoped you would see. We found some oranges in the wild. I hope this inspires you to get out in your own hometown and go looking around yourself. See what you can find. There are a lot of reclaimed farms that have been turned over to restoration projects, conservation projects, all kinds of things going on in that realm. So there's a strong chance that whatever was grown on that farm could still be actively growing now in the wilderness. So get out and explore. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.